Shalom, 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 shalom. And that means peace, 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 peace. Shalom aleik. That is peace unto you. My name is Arya bin Nasik, and I am the facilitator and the host of Hear, O Israel, and this is our Biblical Burst segment. Welcome all. If you'd like to give us a phone call to ask us any questions about what you are hearing, about what you are seeing, feel free to do so at 704-553-7625. You can also visit our website at www.nccischarlotte.com. What are we going to be bursting today? We're going to be bursting a verse here of Revelations 22, verse 16, and I have appropriately titled it, The Root of David. And what are we going to be viewing today in respects to the root of David? Well, one of the questions and doctrines that exist today is that Yeshua is before David. Yeshua pre-existed before David. So you have Yeshua pre-incarnate, Yeshua being David's master, if you will, before David was conceived, cited from Revelations 22 and 16. And I would challenge that respectfully. So we look at Revelations 22, verse 16. This is what Yeshua says. I, Yeshua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the assemblies. I am the root, and I'm also the offspring of David. So in other words, I'm before David, and I jumped in his testicles, right, to become his offspring. Okay. Let's read that 16 again. I, Yeshua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in assemblies. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. So let's deal with this here. What does the root and the offspring of David means? We know what offspring means. It's a descendant of, here, the progeny of. We're talking about someone who has passed through the loins of a patriarch or a parent, as relates to David. Here's where offspring. But the controversy lies around root. So what we need to do is we need to look at root. Let's go over to the book of Isaiah. We love prophecy. We love the Old Testament. This is the foundation for us. So we'll go over to Isaiah, and we'll pick it up at Isaiah chapter 11. And let's see here. Isaiah 11, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 11 and verse 1 says, And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. And there shall come forth a rod. In Hebrew, we say chotir, which is a sprout. So something shall sprout up. Pay very close attention, because we're going to understand Revelations 22:16 by reading the verse here of Isaiah 11 and 1. Just Isaiah 11 and 1 in prophecy. So we have a rod, chotir, sprout, out of the stem, gezah. Hold on now. He said out of the stem of Jesse. So here we have gezah, which is a stump. Let's see. And a branch shall grow out of his roots. A branch shall grow out of his roots. Nasir, root. So let me show you what this looks like, people. This is what it looks like here. I'm going to draw a little illustration. I don't know if we'll be able to get a nice little tight shot of it. Right? La la la. La da dee da 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 dee dee dee. La dee 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 dee. I probably can't get a real good picture of this, but anyway, this is now what I'm reading in Hebrew says, and there shall come forth a rod, there shall come forth a sprout out of the stump of David, right? So you're familiar with the little stump? Are you familiar with the stump? A lot of times you cut down a tree and you leave a stump, and then sometimes you'll go to that stump and you'll see a sprout that's coming about. Have you seen that before? You've seen a little sprout or a branch, if you will, that's coming from the stump. I'll pick it up at verse 10. Verse 10, it says, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse. Listen to the prophecy, people. In that day there shall be a root of Jesse. A root of Jesse. Revelation 22:16 ain't nothing new. It's in prophecy. But we can read this in Hebrew and we understand, right, that there shall be, right, here we go. There shall be a sprout that comes up from the base of David, Jesse. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, right, Sheresh, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious, right? So Sheresh here, it means to pop up. It means a product of. It does not mean that Yeshua was pre-incarnated, that he existed before David, or he is the root. When we think of root, we think of a root. We think of how would you say the life-sustaining plant element that's underground that gives life to the tree. And that's not how the Hebrew term is used here. This is the reason why you have some Hebraic families that say root here in our mind means something before, something that is giving life unto the source. And with this particular case, that's not true, according to the Hebraic rendering. Okay? And so that's what I want to offer you today. If we go back and we look at Revelations 22:16, where Yeshua says, I'm the root and the offspring of David, we just can't look at that verse. We just cannot look at that verse and begin to conclude that it deals with the pre-incarnate. We're going to have to look at it from a biblical perspective, from a cultural perspective, to understand in Hebrew that it simply means one that has come up from the base, right? It's just simply an offspring, right? So this is what we are talking about. Yeshua quotes root because that is what is written in prophecy. So again, he is standing on his prophetic positioning, if you will. All right, anyway, we got to go. I hope that was some help to you. My name is Arya bin Nasik. Give us a call at 704-553-7625. Feel free to visit our website at www.nccischarlotte.com. Shalom.